everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to grow. I am trying to grow this channel. We want to get to 1,000 followers plus. That's the goal. So we're going to talk about a lot. If you are a person with Pluto in the 4th house, let's talk. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about being a Cancer rising. We're going to talk about delving into ourselves fully and seeing some markers in our charts that we could work on and help ourselves with. And we're going to talk about some law of assumption too. And matter of fact, I'm going to get right to that right now. Okay? So don't forget, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to work with me, my link will be in the description area. Okay, reach out. I'm here. All right, let's talk. Let's talk about this law of assumption. First off, if it has been there's so much that is offered under this process under Neville Goddard with his teachings from Abdullah, with the different people that I'm finding that are a part of this community, that are a part of the process. I don't know if I'm necessarily a part of it, but I can tell you I've been doing stuff like this for years. And I do mean for years. Specifically the God state that they talk about, living in the God state, being in the God state, and then also recognizing that you are God. Or that energy is pulsing through you at all times, and that you can really affect big change in your life. Now, I have to say that this is 2024 and I'm stumbling into this information from this point of view now, but I stumbled into this process in 2006. Yeah, a long time ago. And I will calmly tell you, it's very accurate. When you are in communication, and building a good relationship with this energy that is pulsing through you at all times, not just living out of alignment with it, but living in alignment with it, you really change your life in a very positive way. Okay? There's a different word for it in the Yoruba tradition. Instead of calling it God, it's called Ori. The idea is still the same. All of us have Ori, and all of us have the ability to be able to work through that process. I think that the law of assumption is essentially getting you to understand that you have to stop looking outside of yourself for things that are in you. The whole idea of everything is you pushed out, right? That is an amazing process. The whole idea that you're thinking about someone in a specific way, and then they come to you and act that specific way, is amazing. Now, I'm going to tell you the processes can be so interesting. And for years, I didn't know I was doing it. I had no idea. I'm always pulling up my journals, but there's one specific journal I have over here. We're going to talk about SP. I'm going to put all this in the caption. I'm going to put all this in the description or in the, the tag up top. We're going to talk about SP. We're going to talk about arguments with your SP and where things go and all that kind of stuff. So let's talk about this. Let's say you have an argument with your specific person, your special person, and y'all storm off and there is no process of how you're going to communicate the next day or within the next few minutes or hours. And it was a blow up, boom. And this is a critical argument. This is a critical blow up. And you don't know, and they don't call you the next day. And you don't call them because y'all are locked in your positions and not moving. And then the next day comes, now you're 2 days out, then you're a week out, then and you've been talking in your mind to yourself, like, seriously, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're having a whole argument with this person, even though y'all just ended the argument in person, And now you're continuing to have an argument with them in your head. And then you get to this softer place with them. And you begin to think softer thoughts about them. You begin to think how grateful you are for them. You begin to journal how grateful you are for this person and whatever it is that they add to your life. And you've been doing this for a minute. And when I say for a minute, let's say a couple of days you've been journaling. And then for me, the way this worked, because this is before texting. I mean, texting was happening, but it wasn't that big of a deal, right? Not like it is now. We got whole computers we walk around with, right? Back then, it just wasn't like that. And I'm from Gen X, so it's just totally different. Then they pop up at your door. There's not so much saturation. If it's one thing that I could say for people, it is not saturation in the way in which I'm seeing people hit it from the robotic affirming process right now. I think robotic affirming is a very awesome thing. But I also think that because the nature, something about us putting our energy around stuff and hugging it and deciding this is what's going to work for us, desperation kicks up just a bit. And when that desperation comes in, it takes a little longer for this person to get in touch with you. And I remember in this instance, I was in the worst possible position I could have been with this person. We had a big blow up. I mean a big one. To the point that I was like, yo, you got to get out. You got to go. Get gone. Get out. I was pissed. And at the time, my way of working through it was to journal everything, because that was my way of doing it. That's what was going to happen. I wasn't actively thinking, I'm going to get them, they're going to come back because I'm journaling all this stuff about them. And it wasn't that. I just wanted gratitude to bring me what I wanted. And I, at the time, was a fierce student of Abraham. And I still am. I still agree with Abraham on a lot of things. I think that Abraham can make things I think that Abraham can make things a little complicated. You know what I mean? And sometimes just won't get to the point of saying that if you believe in yourself, if you believe in something, things happen. And you have to just continue to believe in yourself. You have to believe in what it is that you're doing, whatever it is, and things are going to pull through. When you realize that you're not willing to accept no in that situation, this is your mate. This is someone, may not be your partner, may not be your actual mate, but y'all have really been dealing with each other at a high level for some time, and y'all done ended a conversation in the worst way possible. There's a different type of connection between you and that person. Different. It's not like when you got a crush on somebody, you getting on the elevator with them every day and y'all kind of talk, kind of flirt. It's not like that. It's different when you are actually with this person and there's energy between the two of you. And you have to have more confidence in what you bring to the situation. But in truth, you've already got that confidence. How? I'll tell you how. You have to just believe in yourself. And believing in yourself means believe in the connection that the two of you have felt. If it's a person that you really barely know, you're trying to drum up energy between the two of you. And I would think that right now, robotic affirming, the way it's being coined and the way I see people enacting it, it brings about the energy of desperation is in that because there's no real connection between you and that person. But if you have had a real connection with them already, it's easier to pull that back in with no guarantee that they're coming back. Meaning that the argument, y'all haven't discussed anything, nobody's picked up the phone and called each other, but you know they're thinking about you because you can feel it. You can hear it. You're aware that this person is thinking about you because you got that connection with them. I think that to drum that energy up out of the clear blue sky, out of thin air, it does then take a lot more process. Like you gotta really get into, I would say, journaling. I think journaling is one of the best ways to do it because what it does is it keeps you, like you're writing stuff out and you're thinking, you're really thinking, and it goes into it. I don't know how to explain it to you. I'm a right-handed person. I don't think it matters if you're right or left-handed. I think you just feel it in your arms as you're writing this out, as you're writing out your truth, as you're writing out your gratitude, as you're writing out what it is that you really do sense that you want to continue to bring into your life again, because you feel that you may have lost it. Maybe you and this person connected at a park, just saw each other, talked a little bit. It was a nice conversation, but you had somewhere to go and you kind of couldn't, but you felt something as you walked away from them. Like that. That is the type of thing I'm talking about when it comes to robotic affirming. I think that in that moment, gratitude is something that you really want to hone in on. You want to hone in on gratitude for dog. Like if let's say that one of you had a dog and one person commented on the dog, and or both of you had dogs. You're gonna be grateful for dog parks. You're gonna be grateful for parks. You're gonna be grateful for walking. You're gonna be grateful for being able to see this person again. You're gonna be grateful for coffee shops that have offer our pup cups. You're gonna be grateful for banks that have water areas for dogs, like TD Bank, right? That's up here in the Northeast. You're going to be grateful for every single possible thing you can. And then before you know it, this person is going to be right in front of you. I promise you it happens. This is a different thing. It's not quite the law of assumption. The law of assumption, you're assuming that person is going to be in front of you, which I think adds more punch to the gratitude. Because you understand now how your mind is working. If you put it in there over and over and over again, there's really no way that the two of you cannot, with that amount of saturation, find each other again. And you're complete strangers to each other. It's like the movie Monster-in-Law. I'm waiting for this to come back. It's like the movie Monster-in-Law. It's doing something, but I'm like really frozen. I'm going to jump off and come back.